Welcome into On the Record at 9 today, live here at the Humboldt Public Library each and every Thursday. We have Humboldt City Schools, and we focus on the different aspects of Humboldt City Schools, from academics to athletics, community events, and that's where we're actually starting this morning, is with some community things that are happening here. And I have Miss Misty Lewis with East End Elementary, and we also have Sergeant Wilson with the Humboldt Police Department. And Miss Lewis, I'm going to let you talk here about why we're doing what we're doing here. I think we're going to be talking about Shop with a Cop and how much that this really means to the Humboldt community.
Okay, thank you for having us this morning.
Sure.
One of my favorite things to do this is my second year, but this is one of my favorite things that we did last year. And Jonathan called me about this time last year and said, listen, we've got quite a few donations coming in. Can you help me select some children for Shop with a Cop? And
Sure.
Of course. Yes,
sure.
Please.
Yeah.
I said, what do I need to do? And we just got to work, and we worked for 2 weeks last year, I think, just nonstop trying to collect the rest of the donations and list children to come in for Shop with a Cop. And then, of course, by the time we got ready for the big event, we all met down at the police station. He'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute,
Sure.
but it is one of my most favorite things to do, to see the community, the children, the police officers, Walmart, everybody just kind of working together. It's beautiful.
Awesome. And I know donations are going to be able to be given through December the 6th. Sergeant Wilson, are we talking monetary donations? Can people buy toys and bring them? What kind of donations are we talking here?
We're asking for monetary donations, and part of our reason for that is the whole purpose is for the kid to be able to pick out what they want.
That's right.
And a lot of kids don't get to do that. It's the one time a year
Right.
that they'll get to pick out whatever they want.
Sure.
So last year we had 20 kids at $180 per kid.
That's awesome.
$100 went to necessity stuff, food or clothes, shoes, toothbrush, school uniforms, school supplies. And then the extra $80, they got to buy whatever they wanted, whatever toy they wanted.
Yeah.
I think one kid wanted a watch. So hey, you buy it, it's yours.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do with the money. All the money goes towards Shop with a Cop.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now, we talked about how this kind of got started. The community can get involved. How do they make those donations?
The donations can be made just by stopping by the police department.
Okay.
You can give it to our dispatchers. They know what to do with it. They'll make sure I get it.
Sure.
If you want to call down there, can't get out, we'll
Sure.
come to you and get it if we need to.
Sure.
The only thing we ask is that if a check is wrote, it's made out to Humboldt Police Officers Association, because this is a Humboldt Police Officers Association event, not the police department.
Right.
We have issues trying to get that deposited.
Sure thing. Now, I will mention we are on live on YouTube today. Obviously, you've had to click a link on Facebook to go to this, and you're also listening live on 99.9 FM, 1190 AM, and online at goodnewsradionetwork.com. Now, I will say I am monitoring. I know we've got like 5 people watching right now on the YouTube live. If you have any questions while we're on, ask those questions. They will come up on my phone, so I'm watching that very closely. Anything else here on this? I know there's a lot to talk about.
Jonathan and I talk a lot about how to best identify the children who have the biggest need, and so we work closely with Family Resources to take referrals. We don't take applications. You can't call the school. You can't call the police department and ask to be on the list. I mean, there's only 18 spots, so we really like to make sure that the people who can benefit most from it are the ones who are going to receive it. So that's why we work directly with people who work with the children one-on-one on a regular basis to make sure that we get the children who need it. And I like to say, and I think we talked about this earlier, it's so special to see our kids come in and they don't rush straight for the toys. They make sure that they have the things that they need for school. They make sure that they get a jacket or that they get some school clothes or socks. And one of our sweet boys last year asked Jonathan, could he get something for his mom? And that was a special something to see as well.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, why don't you reminisce just a little bit? Obviously, you can't say who it was, but what is a story that would stand out to you, Sergeant Wilson, from the couple of years that
one
you've
of
done
them
this?
I can't talk about.
Yeah.
Because everybody will know who it is. And
sure.
I'll have a hard time.
Sure.
I'll just go through stories. Last year, we're doing it. Now, we've done Shop with a Cop for years.
Yeah.
Prior to last year, we were small with it. We took maybe 10 kids.
Okay.
We just did it. We didn't publicize, whatever the word.
Publicize.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's okay.
And it was kind of low key.
Sure.
Just last year is when it blew up. We asked
Wow.
for donations. I got with her because I was in over my head. She was an all-star with this.
Yeah.
And of course, our school system, anytime you need anything,
Right.
they're there.
Right.
Last year we're doing it, and an older man comes up, says, "What are y'all doing?" We tell him. He's like, "Here's $100 for next year." You know, and everybody's throughout Walmart, guys. This is a good deal. This is good.
Yes.
I'm glad you are doing
Yes.
this. The kids face lights. We get in police cars and we run lights all the time, and I guess it's just natural or second nature to us. But when you see a kid get in there for the first time and they're running lights and sirens and their face lights up and everybody at Walmart's out with their cameras recording us coming in, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Now, Sergeant Wilson, I hate to hear it when a parent, a kid's getting in trouble. I'm gonna call the cops, something like that.
Right.
And we've got this. It's almost like there's a stigma now where if they see an officer, they're almost scared to even talk to him. This kind of helps with that as well. Is that kind of more even the purpose behind it, developing that relationship in the community?
It does develop relationship with especially with the kids, because you take a kid shot. I'll get designated a kid. Next police officer get designated. You see that kid throughout the year in such a small city, and they remember. You got that bond that, hey, I did shop with a cop with him. We're friends now. We can fist bump when we see each other. Or when I'm going to the school, they'll come up, give me a hug.
Yeah.
Which happens all the time.
I'm not going to say which one it was. It may have been my wife. It might have been me. I'm not going to say which one it was. But we got pulled over one time. And I had a revelation when this happened. And as soon as we got pulled over, one of the kids in the back seat started talking about, are we going to jail? And I was like, it was a speeding violation is what it was. And from that moment, I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure that my kids know that the cops are there for more than just taking people to jail or, they're out there. They're really there for your protection. And so now when we're out, a lot of times my kids want to go and talk to the police officer,
We welcome that.
Yeah. So this really helps with that. And
this is a big step towards that.
Yeah.
We got other things we do. Like
Sure.
We y'all had the Heroes luncheon.
Yes.
We go eat lunch, and
that was
awesome.
awesome.
Also, if y'all want to come eat lunch with the kids. We do it, we go in to walk through the schools all the time and talk to kids without being there for a purpose.
Right.
We're just there to hang out.
That's right. That's great. Shop with the Cop, great thing. One more time, why don't we tell how that people can make those donations, where they can bring them?
They can bring them to the police department. You can just drop them off at the dispatch, and they'll make sure I get it. If you can't get out, I'll be more than willing to come where you're at and pick it up.
Sure.
Like I said, we asked that checks be made out to Humboldt Police Officers Association. You can give cash if you want. All the money will go towards Shop with the Cop.
Sure. Awesome. Anything else you need to bring up here?
Jonathan, if you'll mention if we get more than we expect, what happens?
If we get more than what we were expecting, like let's say the cutoff is December 6th or whatever day it is, if you want to do that after that, that's fine. It'll go towards next year.
Okay.
Like the $100 the guy gave in Walmart, that went towards this year. And we started off with $250, which helped us be able to do the Dunkin' booth.
Yes.
Raise money with that during the Fall Fest.
Sure.
Which that was fun because it was hot Fall Fest and I was in the water.
There you go.
But even if you say, oh man, it's December 8th, I forgot.
Yeah.
We'll take the donation.
That's
we'll put
right.
it towards next year.
That's right.
I have a special place in my heart for law enforcement. I grew up in a family of law enforcement, so to get to do this with our police department and just see all the different ways that our area rescue agencies reach out to the school system to help us, we are more than thankful for all that they do. For when we packed the police car before school started and when they walk through the hallways almost on a regular, I'm telling you, I think I see someone every day just come and walk through, high five kids, checking in on us to see how we're doing. I can't speak highly enough of these agencies.
That is incredible. Well, thank you for all that you do. And remember, Shop with the Cop. The donations need to be in by December the 6th, according to the letter that I saw, and try to get that out there. You can make those donations down at the Humboldt Police Department. If you see Sergeant Wilson out, you can talk to him, and he'll help you out there. Let's take a quick commercial break. Miss Emily Burleson coming up next, talking about some activities. We still have George Yarbrough to come to talk athletics. Big girl, Lady Viking win Tuesday night. We'll be talking about that and more coming up next. Good morning. Welcome back in to the On the Record at 9 here live at the Humboldt Public Library. We now have Miss Emily Burleson. And Miss Emily, that Shop with a Cop, that's probably one of the greatest programs and partnerships with Humboldt City Schools and the police department. And excited to see that program continuing to grow and want to see that. They said their goal is, we didn't talk about that actually while they were here, but their goal is 20 kids.
20 kids.
And goal was less than that last year when we hit 20. So said 20 was a big jump from the year before. So wanting to at least do 20 kids, and I think they'll do more than that.
And we're grateful for all those donations and that partnership that we have with the Humboldt Police Department.
Right.
So a special thanks to them and Miss Misty Lewis for her coordinating all those, because that takes a lot. It's just
it does,
making sure that all the families are served that need the assistance based on the Humboldt Family Resource.
Yeah.
So we appreciate them. And we also have a couple other things that are going on as far as our parent engagement and serving our families.
Okay.
So the first one is happening this weekend. We have turkeys that are being given out.
Awesome.
Basically a box that has the items that you need for for Thanksgiving, you know, and so families will be getting those, and some of our teachers and staff members will be going around town on Saturday to give those out to our families, and it's a wonderful time to be able to do that, and we'll get those out to those families. Then we're also doing a little different thing with our blessing boxes this year. It's kind of I think for our families at each of our schools. It's not just for one school,
right?
And so other families are giving to families that might need assistance during the holidays, and it has games and activities, things that that you can spend time with your family.
Sure.
But also it has this essentials down to toiletry items, paper towels, things for your kitchen, that kind of thing. So food. And those blessing boxes will be made in the month of December. So if you want some more information, you can always reach out to me or Misty Lewis or George Yarbrough, and we'll get you the information if you would like to be a part of that initiative as well for our community. Those are for our families in Humboldt City Schools. So those are just a couple of things that are going on in the next few weeks. I know with Shop with a Cop, that's a big thing, as well as the other initiatives that are going on, trying to serve our families that are also in that referral process as well. So we want to make sure that all of our families can get the assistance that they need during the holidays. So those are just a couple of things to keep on your radar and things like that. So I guess I'll go over a couple things that are going on. As a reminder, we are on the forefront of Thanksgiving break.
That's right.
I'm sure your child is lit. If your child is in school, they are counting down the days. The teachers are counting down the days, things like that. So we will only be in school next week, Monday and Tuesday. We are closed for the holiday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
There you go.
And then it'll be December, and we'll just fly through things because the month of December usually flies by for sure. But we will only be open Monday and Tuesday next week. Okay. We do not have CASA next week because of those 2 days. So we can kind of make that connection. But we do have a special event today. Okay. This is actually a partnership with the Humboldt Public Library. It's Family Connect. It is scheduled through the 21st Century CASA program, but we open it to our families. And tonight is one of the first nights of the year that we're doing this for the school year. And this focus will be more on technology, kind of like how to keep your child safe online. Things to look at, especially if your kid's getting a new device for Christmas or, if they're on social media. Just some things to be aware of. And that'll start tonight at 5:15 at East Elementary in the computer lab. It's free. You can come, and then it'll only last about 45 minutes. And then you can go on your way. But it's a great time to get a little snippet of information to help protect your family. We just appreciate Miss Sarah here at the library helping us coordinate that program. So 5:15 this evening at East Elementary for Family Connect. So we'll hope that you'll come out and support this first one of many throughout the year we've got some more planned for the spring semester as well. Yeah. So we've got that. Then our senior beta club is actually on the road right now. They are heading to the state beta convention, and they are competing. So we've got about 30 students that have gone to compete at that competition.
Awesome.
It's a very big competition, and they've worked really hard, and we appreciate our sponsors, Ms. Kayla McBride, Mr. Code, and Ms. Eaton for their assistance as well, making sure that everybody's safe and ready to go and ready to compete, because they've worked really hard up into this point. So we wish them safe travels and best of luck as they're there through Saturday. Okay. So good luck to them as well. We have had our ACT workshop, which we've mentioned several times. Yes. We've added some individuals daily to our workshop as they're learning. So today's the last one for math, and then we'll reconvene after Thanksgiving break, and we'll focus on English. And that is Monday through Thursday, 3 until 4:30 p.m. So if you haven't signed your child up, or your child hasn't been going, you're welcome to still get them in. It's free.
Sure.
Some things to keep on the calendar. Mr. Watson is a busy man. He's I know that you see him in the community at our veterans program and things like that. He's performing at coffee shops here and there. But we also have him working really hard with our students, both at East Elementary and at Stegall Primary. And they have been preparing for Christmas musicals. So I want to kind of get it on everybody's radar so that you can get prepared. So the preschool musical, which is always our big attendance, because can't deny a 4-year-old there, So we got December 10th at 6 p.m. That will be the pre-K musical. Yeah. Then we have the kindergarten and first grade Christmas musical, OK Corral, and that will be December 12th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for families to kind of get on their calendar. Yeah. And then as far as East goes, we will have December 6th at 1:15 p.m. So we've got, I know that we've got some ukuleles, we got some different groups performing. So our big focus is 3rd through 6th, but everybody will be involved in some way at the school. So that is December 6th at 1:15. And then the talent show. Okay. This is a student favorite for the year, and so it's kind of got moved up this year. It's in December this year. Okay. And December 19th at 1:15. So this is right before our Christmas break. Right. It's like that afternoon, right before we call it off for the semester. So this is a special time for our students to get to participate. So that will be December 15th December 19th at 1:15 p.m. And then I want to send a special congratulations to our Students of the Month from East Elementary. Bear with me because I've got quite a list. Oh, wow. So I want to make sure that we give these students a special time on here.
Sure thing.
And I have Alonzo Gonzalez. I have Keon Glenn, Carson McClanahan, Brakevius Davis, AJ Lambert, Caitlin Hawley, Jennifer Lucero, Kaylee McKinley, Annalise Burton, Demarius Sands Mathis, Aubriana McKinley, Aaliyah Dove, Briley Perry, Serenity Johnson, Jamari Gilbert, Michaela Haywood, Caleb Boucher, Jalen Dotson, Riley Nielsen, Denia Johnson, Demario Shivers, and Blake Caswell. So congratulations to those students.
Yes.
And then we'll bring in Mr. George with some news from the athletic world.
Let's do it. We're in the final 7 minutes. So, George, if you want to go ahead and join us, I am fielding questions already on social media, wanting to know when the next games are. So that's the question. We open it up for questions.
Now.
They said, when is the next Humboldt High School basketball game? That is Friday night. I can answer that question. That's Friday night. And I'll tell you what, you need to make sure you tune in. We're going to be on with the pregame show at 5:45. Colin has been texting my phone all week long. Did you get to go Tuesday night? No, I didn't get to go Tuesday night. But I did get a chance to speak to one of the coaches, Coach Shivers. I had a chance to talk to him, and he talked about that boys' game a little bit because obviously, that was the side he was working with.
Right.
Hard-fought game. That was a 3A school.
It was.
Lost 66-62, but hey, to hang in there with a 3A school and the young squad that we have this year. Why don't you talk about that just a moment?
Absolutely. It was obvious that we're young.
Oh, yeah.
We only field 2 seniors on our roster, so Makai Knox and Adrian Turner. So the rest of them are just freshmen, sophomores, and juniors who have probably little experience actually on the court.
Yeah.
And it showed. It showed they fought hard, and we did have glimpses of hope regarding making runs. We even went up by 8 one time at one point where we had 3 or 4 consecutive trips where we scored, we turned the ball over, and we got in a great rhythm.
Yeah.
But it had to do with combinations, and we're experimenting, and I know our coaches, Coach Abernathy, Coach Butler, Coach Shivers, and Coach Ingram, they're experimenting with combinations that's actually going to work in situations during games. And youth did show and rear its head in that game against Liberty, and it was Liberty got some momentum going, and our kids probably were shell-shocked and didn't really respond like they normally would when you have seniors and experienced players. Sure. But overall, I'm excited and I'm happy about our progress. We're going to be okay.
Yeah,
going to be okay.
I believe we are. Now, let's don't overshadow the girls program. They came out with a victory.
Our girls program, we took command from the tip. Our girls look good. They look confident, and they're playing at a confident level, I think. And as you would know, when you have seniors that are going in and night out, they had their own mission. Yeah. So they won that game, I think, in excess of about 20 points or less.
I couldn't think of her name last week. It was Cook. That came in middle of the season last year. She's a senior this year as well.
She
is. Jaden Patrick's a senior. You got a bunch of seniors on that team.
You do. You got a senior-laden team, and they're going to make some noise. They need to remain together, and hopefully injuries doesn't plague us.
Right.
But things
you're pretty deep. I mean,
we are
you've
deep.
Got seniors coming off the bench.
We are deep. So that makes a difference.
That
makes a huge difference.
Sure
we just have to stay in the grind throughout our entire year. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's right.
We'll be okay with our girls, but they sure have gotten off to a great start.
That's right.
Just to talk a little bit about Friday night, we have Sacred Heart coming to town in our Hall of Fame game. Okay. We have 2 of those. Of course, Liberty was our first one on the road, and the Hall of Fame game will be Friday night, 6 o'clock tip-off. The JV game has been canceled with Sacred Heart. We did have a JV game scheduled at 4:30. That game has been canceled.
Okay. So cost to get in now, just so people know.
Yes, cost to get in that game is $6. That is voted on by TSSAA. That is not nothing Humboldt or neither the schools in this area have decided. That's just up $1. And it's up $1 from about 18 years. We went back and researched that.
Sure.
We haven't changed the cost of our entry and admission into games in about 18 years.
So Abe don't get you in anymore.
Yeah, no. We will be taking passes, though, and I want to mention while we're doing that, our season passes are $45. So if you want to get a season pass, go up to the high school, ask for Miss Nancy Kennemore, our bookkeeper, and she will make sure you get your season pass and write your receipt, and we'd love to have you. $45 gets you in about 12 games. So it's about a $5 discount.
That's awesome. All right, so anything else you need to highlight here?
Just want to highlight our junior high boys and girls. They swept Crestview out of Newbern on this past Monday. JV boys won. The girls won handedly again. Our JV girls are doing, our junior high girls are doing a wonderful job. And our boys won an exciting nail-biter, 37-34. Wow. Layup in the closing minutes to seal the game.
Wow.
So it was a great night of basketball Monday night at Humboldt Junior Senior High School. And our next game is Monday against Halls, and that will be a home game.
Yeah. Okay.
Starting at 5 o'clock with JV. It looks like our JV boys will be playing Halls, and then our girls will play about 6 o'clock, and then our varsity boys on the junior high level will follow.
Okay. Fantastic.
All right.
While
that's about it in the sports
world.
Outside
freezing, I'm going to be sitting in a gym.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I will be sending a few snapshots, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah. We'll get some updates going and do some announcing during that game.
So if you want to watch the game, we're not going to. If you're going to watch the game, you need to go to the gym. And if you're not able to be there that night, we will start our pregame coverage at 5:45, 6 o'clock. Now we will have. I know Chris said he would be tuning in. Chris, we will be covering the audio on the Facebook side. We won't be playing video, but it will be audio on the Facebook side. Colin Street or myself will be sideline. If you want good seats when you're announcing, you come to Humboldt, because when you go other places, a lot of times you end up in the rafters,
That's right.
Or right by the cheerleaders, and they can't hear you, So we got great seats here. Appreciate George, the administration here, making sure that we're taken care of, and we will be right sideline. We enjoy being down there because it really adds an extra element that we can give the audience listening at home. You can see the substitutions before they're happening.
There you go.
You can, a lot of times, Colin, he's able even to hear kind of what is coach's mindset coming out of this timeout.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't necessarily repeat what coach said, but he is saying, hey, coach is telling them, you got to stick together as a unit, or you got to make sure you pay attention to get rebounds.
Yeah.
You know, it gives us a little bit more to tell the audience.
It's an up and close personal element that is added that I think every sports broadcaster, writer.
Yes.
I see you guys on the sideline, and we like you engaged.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Let me mention, Seth, we have Players of the Week this week.
Let's do it.
Quandarius Campbell for boys varsity basketball, and Jaden Patrick for girls.
Awesome.
So they are two of our Players of the Week this week, and congratulations to those young ladies. Now, I will have information on our Thanksgiving tournaments coming up, and I'll do that. Are we on air next week?
Let's see. Next week, no, Thanksgiving Day.
That's Thanksgiving Day, isn't it? Okay. Well, I tell you what, November the 30th, we will be playing in Martin Westview's Thanksgiving tournament for our boys.
Yeah.
We'll play Greenfield on that 30th.
Okay.
Our girls will play the 29th, and they will be playing at Gibson County. I don't know our opponent, but we'll be, if you want to know what's going on regarding our Thanksgiving tournaments, just feel free to call our high school and call me at the office, at the board office, and we'll be able to give you that information, okay?
Awesome. And if you're not following the Viking Booster Club on Facebook,
yeah, they'll have it too.
They really did a great job.
Yeah, they'll post all of our information. Good point.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah,
we will be off the air Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving. So I want to make sure and give you that programming note as well. The week after Thanksgiving, there will be no, not really a school show. I don't know what we're going to do unless we have a whole bunch of interviews here. But I'm going to stay in contact with you, George.
Sure,
anything
absolutely.
that we need to relay, we can do that. Even if it's just an audio show and not a video, we can do that. Looking forward to a great basketball season. And I may talk to Coach Ballard since we're sitting there on the edge. I may talk to him about getting a couple football helmets because there's been a few basketballs come our way.
All right, sounds good. We can do that. You know that.
Oh, my. Thanks for watching. It's 9:30. Dr. Adrian Rogers is coming up next on the radio. Why don't you give the Humboldt City School information one time?
Absolutely. HCSVikings.org, or you can find us on Facebook, Humboldt City Schools, or on Twitter, Humboldt Schools.
Perfect. Thanks, Emily. Thanks, George. Thanks, Miss Lewis.
You bet.
Sergeant Wilson, we've had a room full today, and it's been a great show. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, God bless. Have a great one.